Lions travel to Northwestern State this weekend. Kickoff at 6:30. It'll be on Cox Sports TV along with ESPN3, but only outside of the Cox Sports coverage area. And, of course, on the Southeastern Sports Radio Network. Here's Coach Ron Roberts.
All right, thank you, Kimler. Oh. No. Hey, thanks, guys, for coming again. Appreciate it. Obviously, it was a big win. I mean, heck, every win's big. But it was obviously a much-needed win for us at that point, the way we started the season out. I think it was a game also. It was nice to see us come out and get started early and get rolling. And it obviously helps having Lorenzo Nunez back there and comes in and he's an electrifying player and obviously can make a lot of things happen and execute the offense at a different level that we've been obviously the previous weeks. So that's probably one of the biggest differences. I was pleased with again our special teams. I was pleased with how we covered some kicks. I thought that unit got a lot better. We had some guys step up in that category. Gave up some big plays on defense, big plays in the passing game. Not real happy about that. Thought we had an opportunity in the second quarter probably to slam that out of reach, and didn't respond. But overall, obviously, you're pleased and you're happy. You're happy for our kids to obviously get the W, and there really was a lot of bright spots in the thing. But we're not even close to where we could be as a football team. So right now, where we are at, we just got to find a way to get another one. We'll go up there against a tough game at Northwestern. I know it's always been a huge game, been a tight game, been a very physical game, been a battle every time we played since I've been here in the last 5 years. So I don't expect it to be any different in that matter. They're a good football team. They're coming off an off week, so you don't know if they got a new wrinkle in or how they're going to change some things. So there's a little bit of an unknown going into it. They've only played 2 games, but they're a much improved football team from last year, obviously, and and they gave us all we wanted last year. So I see obviously the running backs. They got good running backs. They got good receivers. They got a quarterback that's experienced. They got a big physical offensive line. Defensively, they got plenty of athletes. Secondary's good. They got some interior guys on the inside D line that can really cause some problems, and they play hard. That's the biggest probably thing about it. They play hard and they play the game like any Southern Conference team you're going to see. I mean, it's the same thing I want to see every week. Teams are going to play hard and they're going to be good football teams, and we're going to be in a battle every week for the rest of the season. So we just got to really, still the same things. Focus on ourselves, eliminate some things, turn the ball over 5 times. There's plenty of things for us to take care of. Like I said, we had some busted coverages. We turned some things loose, gave them opportunities to score. Looking for opportunities just to get better, go out there and play better football this Saturday. Okay. Any questions?
How much of a week were you now this week? I know you said earlier I'm doing better this week than I was.
No doubt.
So how much of a weight?
It's a weight off our kids' shoulders, and coaches too. I talked last week about you're just being frustrated. You're frustrated. You put a lot of time in, you put a lot of work in, and just not to have that reward of a W is real extremely frustrating. That frustration obviously will wear down on you in a hurry, and it wears down the confidence of the kids, and it makes them play hesitant, and it makes them play not up to par. So I'm glad we get this one behind us, and I told our players, we got that behind us. Now we need to not worry about the W. Let's just go out how be the best football team we can be right now. Looking forward to obviously playing Saturday.
Start off with Nunez and bring in Walker.
Yep.
Planned or?
Well, we knew we were going to bring Byron in. Obviously, yeah, we knew that. He played well in the second half before, had a good week of practice. Well, obviously, he's a solidified him that he's our number 2 guy, and wanted to also get him some experience in this game, just in case what happened the last previous 2 weeks. We kind of struggled offensively to move the ball in the end zone, and thought he was the guy, and we planned on bringing him in. So we brought him in there in the first half, Frank, for a series, and then once it goes at halftime, obviously Lorenzo's not 100%, and it was better at that point. Again, Byron needed the reps, and there's opportunity again to hopefully heal Lorenzo up one more time and get him ready to go for next week.
At what point did you guys know Lorenzo was going to go with that?
He practiced Thursday, we knew he was going Thursday. That's when we found out that definitely he practiced Wednesday, but you got to see how does he recover from it. How's he, is he real sore from, you don't know how it's all going. How's his knee going to respond to it? So he responded fine Thursday. We knew he was going to go Thursday. Didn't know actually at that point. We're still trying to figure out, how effective was he going to be, and was he going to let the injury affect him how he played, which he didn't, I think once he got on the field, he played, and so that's obviously an exciting part for us to get back in offense.
Did you hold your breath a little bit when he broke that big one?
Yeah. Yeah, get down or get in the end zone. Yeah. Yeah. So, but obviously he's going to be, every day he gets now, he's going to be better. So I'm hoping he's going to be 100% this Saturday. Yep.
Coach, what's led to the consistency in special teams? You basically can count on one big play in a return game every week. What's led to that?
I think our kids have bought in, and then it's also getting the right personnel in the right spots, guys that can get things done. At the end of the day, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for kids that, get it done, kids. You know what I mean? You got this guy, and it's not, you're gonna get a hat. We're gonna get a hat on a hat, and that's what we've always preached is that, it's not as easy as it sounds. But when you get it blocked up right, and then you got to have a guy that, again, obviously that will trust it, because a lot of times those kickoff returns, the hole's not there when he takes off running. It ain't. He's got to trust that by the time he gets to point B, it's gonna part. And you got to have a little kid with a little courage that can do that type of thing, because the ones that sit back there and dance and look for the opening, it's closed up before they ever hit it. That's why they can never get it. So he's done a good job of that. And obviously the return and Juwan, and then I think our return unit's done a good job of getting a hat on a hat and get guys blocked, and that's huge. And then obviously our coverage units, obviously they took a huge step forward in how we're covering. And that's what we, again, what we want to be known for. And some of them are new guys, not new to the team, been here for a couple of years, but hadn't really been a kickoff coverage guy yet. So we got some guys, and this first time really, they just turned it loose. After the seeing the opportunities, there was probably some missed opportunities in the last couple of weeks, and then finally they trusted that it's going to be there, and they take it and go.
I was going to ask you, I know you talked about Juwan, on special teams coming out of camp, but sometimes it takes somebody a little while to get going.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't taken him any time. What's been the factor there that you really helped him?
Well, he's a fearless kid. He's a tough kid. He's a get-it-done kid. I mean, he's not just doing that. I don't know, but he does. He made the big play down inside the 15 on kickoff as well. He's a great coverage unit guy. Does a good job on punts. He's the guy we're trying to. A lot of times we scheme him up to try to block a punt. He's created some great pressure on some people here last couple of weeks. So he's been a great special teams player all around the board.
Look at your stats and video. Your defense seems to be climbing each week.
Yeah.
Are they improving week to week in your eyes? Is kind of like
Yeah, I mean, I think we're understanding mistakes where some of them were, the biggest thing we got to do on defense is quit repeating the same mistake over and over. We're doing some of that. Enough's enough. We've seen it for 3 weeks doing the same thing. We got to. I mean, sooner or later we got to put that to rest. So I think, yes, we are getting better. Obviously not at the pace that we wanted to, but this is, game 4. It's time. I mean, we played 4 games already. Now it's time to. I think we saw glimpses at times. I thought we saw glimpses of the run defense being pretty solidified. The last 2 weeks been pretty consistent, majority of it. But we got pass rush has not been real effective, and then. We had shots, but we don't get the guy down. We've missed. We probably missed double-digit sacks in the last 2 weeks, and then we just got to be more consistent in the back end as well.
what do you see now with Northwestern's offense?
Pretty solid all around. I think they're really good up front. They got some real athletic O-linemen that are playing pretty physical. And then, they got 2 really good running backs. Quarterback is a little savvy kid that, makes some good decisions and can get out of the pocket and create some plays. Doesn't seem to panic much. So I think they're really, they got the receivers, obviously, led by Chan. He's been around for years, and he's a heck of a ball player. But they got multiple receivers too, so I think it's a real. I think it's a talented group on offense, and that's going to be a challenge for us. We got to go out there and play consistent. It's time. I mean, we got to go out there and play like we're capable of playing, which I think we can be a dominant defense. And I expect us to play that way.
With the similar opponents, Lamar was their last game, and you guys played them this past Saturday.
Yeah.
How does that help, or does that help at all with those?
Not really. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, you can see some matchups and things like that and see how they fare, but most of the time you can see that stuff on film anyway. There is some similar, probably schematic. There are some similarities schematically, so you have an idea of maybe how they're going to play something or how they're going to do something, how they're going to change or what's that. But no, that's about it.
Did you expect Lamar to blitz as much as they did? I know you talked about it last week, but they seem to come a lot.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be their answer. Yeah, to stop the run game. So yeah, we knew it was going to pack and it was going to be man all night long. I knew, yeah, kind of had an idea. That's all it was going to be.
The big one that Lorenzo had, he beat it. We could see it upstairs.
Oh yeah,
Here it comes.
and that's a great thing. That's somebody that a guy can do. That's also a kid being patient in the pocket, sees the opening, finds the opening, gets out, and knowing when, hey, all right, it's time to run. And then obviously he can hurt you when he does that.
Yeah. You had talked about Northwestern State being, improved. What are you seeing on film, and what areas have they gotten better in?
A lot. I mean, I see them better in everything. I mean, but I think just on a personnel standpoint, I think they're. I speak most of my time right now has been on offense, so watching more of that. But so, I mean, I think they're better offensive. They're better up front offensive line. They got better. I mean, they so much that they be able to move some tackles into guard and those type of things. So you're moving a more athletic kid inside to play. I like the Jones kids, Chris Jones kids. We recruited heavily. Lost him to Northwestern. I think he's a really good player. I mean, and so they've got another kid back there too. So I mean, they've got some good running backs, and I like the way the quarterback's playing right now. Seems to be playing with some confidence, and I like. I mean, I think that gives you edge when the kids that don't panic back there and seem to be relaxed. He looks to be that.
What about Northwestern's defense? Where do you see them
Yeah, they're. I mean, again, they obviously changed dramatically. They brought in a guy back that I think he was with Jay earlier, about 2013 or so. He was been at Northwestern. He's been part of it and stuff like that. But obviously, new defensive coordinator. So they've changed. The scheme is totally different from the last 2 years. But it's kind of what we were maybe previously before that, 13, 14. So they're probably a little more, not as much pressure. Though they will, but not as much pressure. A little more zone defense and kind of bend, don't break. And but the guys up front. Like I said, I think that starts with the two inside guys, good players. They got a couple linebackers, got a big physical Mike inside. And they're pretty aggressive and they tackle well in space.
How much does that help you guys if they're not pressuring as much?
I mean, it's kind of hit or miss because if they're not pressuring as much, it's pretty simple identifying who your guys are and where you're supposed to go. Sometimes when they do pressure versus the option attack, it opens the door for some big plays, opportunities. It's usually feast or famine. You're not going to whiff it and he's going to tackle you line of scrimmage, or we're going to pop this thing and the next guy is going to be the referee standing back there about 20 yards. Yeah.
They're at the bottom of the conference rush defense. Is that kind of a misleading stat with their personnel or on season so far?
Well, Lamar rushed the ball pretty heavily on him. It's probably, with 2 games, yeah, it's probably a little misleading. I think La Tech may have popped a couple runs on him, and that kind of distorts it a little bit.
Any more questions for Coach?
Got to go on the road this time. Try to pick one up. You got to try to steal a couple on the road. What are you telling the guys this week?
Yeah, right now, the biggest thing, probably the same thing we've been pretty much the same thing we've been preaching the last couple of weeks. It's still, it's about us going to find out how where we are as a football team, find out our own identity. I don't know if we've got there yet. Who are we going to be on Saturdays, and then be consistent with it and be that. So we know it's going to be a tough play. I mean, it's going to be a tough place to go up there and play. It'll be a good environment, and it'll be a sold-out crowd, and they're going to be passionate about it. And we just can't get distracted by any outside events or influences. We just got to stay focused and go do our job.
Everybody good?
All right, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.